So, hey guys, I'm Subhash Jha and we'll be discussing electrostatic potential, and here we'll be discussing all the NCERT things and things related to NEET as well as JEE preparation and all. The people who are preparing for NEET, they can go for NCERT 1. First book is NCERT, which we all know. Then we have H.C. Verma. And you should go for previous year question bank, that is NEET and JEE wala. That's it. For JEE preparation, we have to go for NCERT first. NCERT is the compulsion. H.C. Verma we have concept of physics. Then we have Resnick, Halliday and Walker. We have to go for Resnick, Halliday and Walker, and previous year JEE mains and advanced question bank. Here we will be covering whole throughout the things. And first of all, we are starting electrostatic potential. Now electrostatic potential or electric potential, you can say. What is this electric potential? As we have studied earlier in electric field, using that we will go for electric potential. What is this electric potential? First of all, let us understand, if there is a source charge, let us say any source charge. If we have any source charge, we have a test charge, let us say unit positive test charge, which is coming from infinity. From infinity, we are bringing a unit positive test charge towards this charge. So what will happen? Due to this source charge, there will be a repulsion. There will be a repulsion on that unit positive charge. If there is a repulsion on that unit positive charge, what will happen? The external agent, which is I have to do that work. I have to do work to push that charge towards it. Now the work done by the external agent to bring a unit positive charge from infinity to a certain point. And we have to apply force, that is work done by external agent. That means we are doing work against the source electric field. So the energy stored will be called as electric potential. Now see, if we want to write mathematical expression for that electric potential, if we have Q charge, not unit positive charge, if we have Q charge and we are bringing it from infinity, or you can say that reference point. If we are taking reference point as infinity, we consider that potential at infinity will be equal to 0. If we have Vp, that is point, this P point, we want to calculate what will be the potential at this P point. We are bringing a charge Q from infinity to this point. I have to do work, that is work done by external agent. I have to push that charge. Work done by external agent to bring that charge from infinity to P point. Work done by external agent from infinity to P point by total amount of charge we have bought. What amount of charge we have bought? Because I was talking about unit positive charge. So for unit positive charge, this much amount of work we have to do. That will be called as electric potential. This will be the expression, mathematical expression for electric potential. Vp will be equals to work done by external agent from infinity to P point by Q. See, I was also saying that work done by external agent, we are doing work against electric field. Work done by external agent against electric field. So can I write work done? This will also be equals to work done by electric field. Now see, if I am doing positive work, that means electric field will do negative work. If I am doing positive work, the external agent is doing positive work in pushing that charge, electric field is pushing it backward. So electric field is doing negative work from infinity to P point by Q. This can also be written as potential at P point. This is work done by electric field from infinity to P point, and see, I have written a minus sign because that is doing the negative work. Now see, there is a basic point here that we have to do this work while change in kinetic energy should be equals to 0. There should be no change in kinetic energy. That means we have to do this very slow. That means this process is very, very slow. If this is a slow process, why it is a slow process? That means change in kinetic energy should be equals to 0. Why? Because change in kinetic energy, if there is any change in kinetic energy, that will be loss in kinetic energy. The total amount of work done which we have done, to push that charge from infinity to this P point will not be completely transformed into potential, while some amount of energy will also be lost as kinetic energy. If it is lost as kinetic energy, that means we will not get total amount of potential energy. So that's why we are saying that work done by external agent in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a P point, while there is no change in kinetic energy, we can say that that is the potential of that point. That is the potential of this point. Now see, this is the mathematical expression where we can say potential at P point will be equals to work done by external agent from infinity to P point by Q, where change in kinetic energy should be equals to 0, and that will be equals to negative of work done by electric field. Electric field is doing negative work, that's why I have applied a minus sign, will be equals from my infinity to P point by Q. Now see, we can also do it in this manner, work done by electric field, just opposite of it, work done by electric field while sending it back from P point. If we want to send it to infinity, from P point we want to send it to infinity, then work done by electric field. Now the work done will be by the electric field will be pushing it back. Work done by electric field from P point to infinity by Q, this will also be our potential at P point. So this is our first thing which we want to understand about potential. Now see, moving forward, if we move, what will be the properties of electric potential, that we want to understand. What will be the properties of electric potential? The first thing which we have is electric potential is a scalar quantity. First thing which we have is electric potential, that is Vp, is a scalar quantity, and we have studied this in 11th class, what is a scalar and vector. So it is a scalar quantity, we can say that Vp is a scalar quantity. See, I want you to be very, very attentive and keep on writing all these things, otherwise you will miss it. So please keep on writing it. Electric potential is scalar quantity. Now see, second thing we have is SI unit of electric potential. I am going to erase it. If you want to write, you can just pause it and write it. And dimensional formula of electric potential. What will be the SI unit and dimensional formula of electric potential that we are going to write? So we have properties of electric potential. We are talking about properties of electric potential. So first property, what I said is potential is a scalar quantity. Potential is a scalar quantity. That means it can be positive, it can be negative, or it can be zero also. It can be positive, it can be negative, or it can be zero. That means if potential is a scalar quantity, it can be 0, negative, or positive. Then we have second point, that is what will be the dimensional formula or what will be the SI unit of this potential. So first of all, we are going to talk about what will be the unit of this potential. We have Vp, and just now I have written Vp is equals to work done by charge. Work done by charge. SI unit of potential will be work done. Work done is joule. We all know what is the SI unit of work done. It is joule, that is energy wala. And Q is what? Coulomb. We can write Q, Coulomb. So we can write SI unit for it will be joule per Coulomb, or joule Coulomb raised to power minus 1. Now from here we also want to find what will be the dimensional formula for it. What will be the dimensional formula for it? Dimensional formula for this will be mL2 T raised to power minus 2. That is the dimensional formula for energy. Dimensional formula for energy, mL2 T raised to power minus 2 by charge, Coulomb. Now see, you might have studied what is the dimensional formula for charge. It is AT. See, if you don't know, I'll write I current is equals to dq by dt, or q by t you can write. If current is equals to q by t, that is charge by time. Current is a fundamental physical quantity. You might have studied in class 11th. There are 7 fundamental physical quantity, in which one of them is current. And current is ampere. We can write A for it. In some books it's written I. You can use I also. A by T. Can we multiply this T here? It will become AT. So dimensional formula for Q charge will be equals to AT, and we can substitute it here. It will become M L2 T raised to power minus 3 A raised to power minus 1. This will be the dimensional formula for potential at P point, or you can say electric potential will have this dimensional formula. This will be the dimensional formula for potential. Then we have another thing, that in the direction of electric field, potential decreases. This is one of the basic criteria which we want to understand. In the direction of electric field, potential decreases. See, I am repeating this sentence again and again. Please remember this. This is very, very useful. In the direction of electric field, potential decreases. What does it mean? Actually, while you were studying work, power and energy, you might have studied this, that potential decreases, or in the direction of conservative field. In the direction of conservative field, potential energy decreases. See, I'll give you an example of gravitation. See, when we have gravitation, mg force will be acting in downward direction. Now, G is a gravitational field. You can say that it is a conservative field. Now, when this mass m moves in downward direction, its potential energy is going to decrease. And see, it is moving in the direction of conservative field. It's moving in the direction of conservative field. When it moves in the direction of conservative field, its potential will decrease. So, we can state in a general manner, in the direction of conservative field, potential decreases. And see, electric field is also conservative in nature. You can say all the conservative forces are field forces. Field forces, electric field, gravitational field, we have magnetic field. All these forces, electrostatic force, magnetic force or gravitational force, all these are conservative in nature. So, for all these things, this statement is applicable. In the direction of conservative field, potential will decrease. So, here what do we have is, in the direction of electric field, potential decreases. You can write this. You can write this in your notebook, and see, expression for it will be mathematically given. Vp, that is potential at any p point, will be equals to minus of E dot dr. I'll be explaining it later on in more detail, but see, for now, Vp will be equals to minus of E dot dr, where minus sign is for decrease in potential. Decrease in potential, see, I have written, in the direction of electric field, potential decreases. That means Vp will be equals to minus E dot dr. Minus sign represents that it will decrease. E dot dr, E is the electric field, dr how much we have moved. So, it is equals to E dot dr. Kindly remember this, and we will be using this term a lot. Now, we have fourth, you can say, property of electrostatic potential. Fourth property is, you can directly add it. If I want to write potential at any point P, if I want to write potential at any point P, this is our first point. Let us say we have Q1 charge, this is Q2 charge, and we have n number of charges. Let us say Qn charges. Due to this charge, what is the potential here? Let us say V1 is the potential. Due to this charge, there is V2 potential. Due to this charge, V3 until Vn. So, what will be the potential at P point? Potential at P point will be directly added, since it is a scalar quantity, and we can write Vp will be equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3 dot till Vn. So, please remember that potential can directly be added, since it is a scalar quantity, scalar addition is needed, that's it. Now, we will proceed further towards some questions, some basic questions. But before that, please remember work done. Please remember what we have discussed already, that work done by electric field in moving a charge from P point to infinity. If electric field is pushing the charge from P point to infinity, so we can directly write work done by electric field from P point to infinity will be equals to Q into Vp, that is potential at P point, which we have discussed earlier, and based on this we will be solving some questions. Now we will proceed further to one or two example questions, then we will continue. Now I am going to erase this. If you want to write, please write it. Okay. Now we have a question. Please write a question. Please write it in your notebook. Then we will solve it. I will solve it. First of all, when you are writing the question, pause it, try to attempt it by your own. Then I will do it. Then you can see it. What happens is, your brain will become more attentive and it will be active. You will be having that idea how to solve problems. So kindly write the question. There is a question. A charge 2 microcoulomb 2 microcoulomb. We have Q is equals to 2 microcoulomb, a charge 2 microcoulomb at point, a charge 2 microcoulomb is taken from infinity to a point in an electric field, from infinity to a point in an electric field without changing its velocity. Without changing its velocity, that means change in kinetic energy will be equals to 0. There is no change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy is 0 if work done against electrostatic force. What are they saying? Work done against electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is minus 40 microjoule, is minus 40 microjoule. Then we have to find what will be the potential at that point. They are saying that work done against electrostatic force. Please tell me who's gonna do, what is the work done against electrostatic force? Who's gonna do this work? Against electrostatic force, electric field will be doing the work. See, please remember what I said. Work done against electrostatic force. What is that electrostatic force? Electric field, and we have to do that external work. Please remember there was a source charge which was applying electric field. This charge is going to come from infinity to P point where we have to apply the force. Work done by external agent. So see, they are saying work done against electrostatic force. Work done against electrostatic force will be by the external agent. So this thing is actually given work done by external agent. Work done by external agent from infinity to P point will be equals to minus of 40 microjoule. While charge is 2 microcoulomb, they are asking us what will be the potential at that point. Potential at that P point will be equals to work done by external agent from infinity to P point by charge. How much it is? It is minus 40 microjoule. Minus 40 microjoule by charge 2 microcoulomb. By 2 microcoulomb. Please remember, since it is minus, don't get confused. This is work done by external agent. They have written it, work done against electrostatic force. Against electrostatic force, work done will be by the external agent. You have to push it. You are the external agent and you are pushing it, work done by external agent. This will be equals to minus of 20 joule per coulomb, that is volts. That is volt. Just now we have discussed that joule per coulomb is volt. Volt, that is the SI unit of electrostatic potential. This is our first question. Please write it. Please write it if you want. So charge 3 microcoulomb is released from rest from a point P where electric potential is 20 volt. Then its kinetic energy when it reaches infinity is then its kinetic energy when it reaches infinity is what? They are asking us a question. There is another question, second question of it. They have given that charge is 3 microcoulomb and the potential is given, electric potential is 20 volt. Then its kinetic energy will be, see, we have studied work energy theorem in class 11th. Work energy theorem states that work done by all forces is equals to change in kinetic energy. Here we have only one, there is only one and only one force which is doing the work, that is electrostatic force. So work done by electrostatic force will be equal to change in kinetic energy, and what will be that work done? Work done will be equals to Q into Vp, that is potential at P point. Q into Vp, that is potential at P point. Q into Vp will be equals to change in kinetic energy. See, change in kinetic energy we can write as K final minus K initial. See, we are writing K final minus K initial. They have given that it has started from rest. It has started from rest. If it has started from rest, that means initial velocity will be equals to 0. U is equals to 0. Initial velocity will be equals to 0. Since initial velocity is 0, we can say kinetic energy initial will be equals to 0. We can say that Q into Vp will be equals to K final, that is kinetic energy at the final point. We can write K final will be equals to Q into Vp, and we can write Q is equals to 3 microcoulomb into potential at P point 20 volt, this will become 60 microjoule. 60 microjoule, volt into coulomb will be equals to joule. Just now we have discussed in SI unit. This will become 60 microjoule. Change in kinetic energy will be 60 microjoule. That's what they are asking. Final kinetic energy when it reaches infinity. Kinetic energy when it reaches infinity. Final kinetic energy will be equals to this. Kindly remember this. This will be the change in kinetic energy. This is our second question. Then we will proceed further towards our next part of the chapter, that is what will be the potential due to a point charge. What will be the potential due to a point charge? Can I erase this? Now what will be the potential at this? We are talking about potential at a point due to a point charge. If you have a point charge Q placed at a distance r from P point, what will be its potential, that we are going to discuss. So here we have a point charge Q, and at a distance r, what will be the potential? What will be the potential due to this charge at point P? See, just now we have discussed that Vp is equals to minus of integration E dot dr. Integration E dot dr. So under the influence of this Q charge, we are bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to this P point. We are bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to this P point, and we want to understand that how much will be the potential of it, potential of this P point. So what we will write? We have to integrate this term from infinity to r point, infinity to this r. So we are going to integrate infinity to r. Minus of k q. What will be electric field due to this q? It will be kq by r square. We have studied it in electric field. Point charge की वजह से what is the electric field? Point charge की वजह से electric field is kq by r square. So it will give us kq by r square dr integration from infinity to r. If you integrate it, we will get Vp is equals to kq by r. Kq by r. This is the potential at P point due to a point charge. Due to a point charge present, that is Q charge, at a r distance P point, what will be the potential? Potential at P point will be equals to kq by r. Please remember this. This is a very useful thing. Now see, we want to draw a graph. We want to draw Vp versus r graph. That is potential versus r graph for point charge. We want to draw graph for this. On y-axis we have V, and on x-axis we have r. On y-axis we have V, and on x-axis we have r. So we can write y into x. Y into x will be equals to constant. Now as you can see, k 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. K is a constant. K is equals to what? K is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and its value is 9 into 10 raised to power 9. Newton meter square per coulomb square. We can write Newton meter square per coulomb square. This is the value of k. K is a constant. K is a constant. Here charge is also a constant. Q is also a constant. That means this whole term is a constant. And on y-axis we have Vp. So I have written y. And this x-axis we have r. Can we multiply it here? So it will become what? Xy is equal to constant. And you might have studied it in your coordinate geometry, that people who are preparing for JEE and all, they might have studied this, that this is called rectangular hyperbola. In maths you might have studied, this is the equation for rectangular hyperbola. If it is an equation for rectangular hyperbola, you might have seen that rectangular hyperbola for this is something like this. It is in the third quadrant and first quadrant. Xy is equals to constant. If you want to draw this, you can apply limit. Limit x tends to 0, that will go infinity, and limit y tends to 0, that will go to infinity. That's why we have drawn it in this manner. It is rectangular hyperbolic graph. So please remember the graph. If you can understand this better, please remember the graph. It will be rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola. It will be rectangular hyperbola. Kindly remember it. Now we'll proceed further towards a question based on point charge. We'll proceed further towards a question based on point charge. I'm going to erase it. Now we have a question here, And question is very simple kind. We are going to understand. Here we have a square frame. Here we have a square frame. This is A distance. This is A distance. All are A. Square frame. At this point we have plus Q charge. At this point we have minus 3Q charge. At this point we have plus 4Q charge. And at this point we have minus 2Q charge. So they are asking us what will be the potential, at point C. What will be the potential at point C? Now see, we can add potential due to this, potential due to this, potential due to this, and potential due to this at C point. We can directly add it. So I'm going to write V1 due to this point, or you can write A, B, C, D. You can just name it A, B, C, D. So potential due to A point, potential due to B point, potential due to C point, and potential due to D point. Charge on A point, charge on B point, charge on C point, and charge on D point. We can directly add it. It will become what? KQ by A by root 2. That is R. Let us say this is R, this is R, this is R, and this is R. All will be equals. That is A by root 2. So we can directly write KQ by R minus 3KQ by R plus 4KQ by R. See, we are writing Q charge 4Q minus 3Q Q. Then another one is minus of 2KQ by R. Minus of 2KQ by R. If you add it, we will get 5KQ by R with positive and minus 5KQ by R. 5KQ by R with positive sign minus 5KQ by R with negative sign. It will get cancelled, and we can say that potential at this center C point, potential at this center of the square C point will be equals to 0. This is our first question based on point charge. Potential at C point will be equals to 0. We have added potential due to each charge, and we got potential at C point will be equals to 0. Kindly write it, note it down. Then we have another question. Another question is similar type of question, but there is coordinate given. Here we have a x-axis and here we have a y-axis. Now there are two charges present at A point and B point. Coordinate of A point and B point is given. Coordinate of A point is minus 2 comma 0, minus 2 comma 0. Coordinate of B point is 2 comma 0. Charge at A point is plus 2 microcoulomb. Charge at B point is minus 4 microcoulomb. They are asking us what will be potential at C point whose coordinate is 4 comma 0. They are asking us what will be potential at C point whose coordinate is 4 comma 0. And they are asking us what will be potential at D point whose coordinate is root 0 comma root 5. 0 comma root 5. They are asking us potential at C point and potential at D point. So question is calculate potential at C point, calculate potential at D point. While the charge present at A point is plus 2 microcoulomb, charge present at B point is minus 4 microcoulomb. From here what we can write is, from here we can write Vc, that is potential at C point, will be equals to potential at C point due to first charge. Due to first charge, potential at this C point, it will be K into 2Q, 2 microcoulomb by, see 2 microcoulomb plus 2 microcoulomb, KQ by R. Now what will be this R distance from A point to C point? 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 will give us 6. Distance from here is 6. So we can write KQ by 6 for the first one. For the second one we can write minus of 4 KQ, or you can write K into minus of 4Q by, what is the distance between these two? It is 2. From here to here, how much is the distance? It is 2. So this will give us potential at C point, and K can be taken common, by 2 can be taken common, 2 can be cancelled. You can just cancel this 2 out. You can just cancel it. It will give us K common. This will give us 1 by 3 microcoulomb minus 2 microcoulomb. You can just directly multiply, you can directly add it. It will give us 6 minus 1, that is 5. Minus of 5K by 3. Minus of 5K by 3. This will be potential in microvolt. Why? Because it is microcoulomb. This is a microcoulomb and this is in meters. So it will give us microvolt. Please remember it. This is one of the first thing. First thing we have is this term. Then we have second thing. You can just write K as 9 into 10 raised to power 9 and you can get the answer. If you write 9 into 10 raised to power 9, it will give us 5 into 9 into 10 raised to power 9 into 10 raised to power minus 6 by 3. This will get cancelled and it will give us 15. 15 into 10 raised to power 3, that will be 15,000 with a minus sign volt. This will be potential at C point. If you want to calculate potential at D point, potential at D point will be R distance. Potential at D point will be due to A charge, potential will be equals to K, Q, that is 2 microcoulomb by R. Now what will be this R? R will be taken by R1 square plus R2. We have studied perpendicular square, base square will be equals to hypotenuse square. It will be equals to under root 5 square, that will be 5 plus 2 square 4, and 4 plus 5 is 9, this will give us 3. 9 under root 9 will give us 3. This will be also equals to 3, so it will give us K into 2 microcoulomb by 3 minus K into 4 microcoulomb by 3 by 3. Due to this charge minus, that's why I've written minus sign. Here we will have potential at P point. Potential at D point will be equal to K can be taken common, by 3 can be taken common, 2 minus 4 will give us minus 2. So I can write potential will be minus 2 into K by 3. If I write the value of K, that is 9 into 10 raised to power 9 minus of 2 by 3 into 9 into 10 raised to power 9 into 10 raised to power minus 6. Why? Because we have this microcoulomb. Micro is 10 raised to power minus 6. We can cancel it out. It will give us 10 raised to power 3. 3 can be cancelled. It will give us minus of 6,000 volt. So potential at D point will be minus 6,000 volt, while potential at C point will be minus of 15,000 volt. Please write it. These are the two answers. Now we have potential due to a ring. So please try to understand potential due to a ring, uniformly charged ring. First we have a ring of radius R and charge is uniformly distributed. Charge is uniformly distributed. Total charge distribution Q. Total amount of charge on this ring is Q. Now if we want to calculate what will be the potential at the center, what will be the potential at the center of the ring, we can write dV and integrate it. That will give us total potential. Now please tell me, can I write a small, can we take a d theta elemental angle, and due to this d theta elemental angle we will have a dx length, and on that dx length can I say there will be dq charge. Small, we can consider it to be a small point charge. If we consider it to be a small point charge, it will give us k dq by r square. K dq by r square, where r is the distance. If we have to write electric field also, we can do it in this manner, but see, electric field will become equal to 0 at the center. We have discussed it in electric field. Now we are talking about potential. Potential will be equals to k dq by r. K dq by r, because we have just now studied potential due to a point charge is kq by r. So k dq by capital R, integration of this. K by r is a constant and we have to integrate this dq. Integration of dq means dq, all the dq will be added together and it will give us kq by r. Kq by r, this will be potential at the center of the ring. K, total charge on the ring, by radius r. Now see, there is a point behind it. If this charge distribution is non-uniform also, if this charge distribution is not completely uniform, in this case charge distribution is uniform, but if this charge distribution is non-uniform, let us say here we have larger charge, but here we have a small charge, here we have a smaller charge, here we have more larger charge, it is non-uniform distribution. Non-uniform distribution. Non-uniform distribution. if charge is distributed non-uniformly, then also at the center, potential at the center will remain same, kq by r. Why so? Because we have to add all the charges and total charge remains the same, q, and radius remains the same, so potential at the center will remain same. Now we have third case, if we have a semicircular ring. If we have a semicircular ring, charge is uniformly distributed, radius is capital R, total charge is q, then what will be the potential at the center? Potential at the center will also again be equal to k capital Q by R. Why? Because we can again take a elemental length dq and integrate that. dq will be integrated and it will give us total charge q. Vc will be equals to kq by R. We can again write it. Now see, if we move forward for this potential due to a ring, it can be on the axis of the ring also. Can we proceed further? Can I erase this? Now from here we can write, here we have a ring which is uniformly charged. We have a uniform charge distribution ring, and see, I am drawing a dotted line here. Why dotted line? Because this is in the back side. This is the front side of front view and that is the back view. Here this is, let us say, small r distance. We want to calculate what will be the potential due to this ring at P point. What will be the potential due to this ring at P point? First of all, we will take a small dq charge. Due to this dq charge, what will be potential at P point? Due to this dq charge, let us say potential at this P point is dV. First of all, we will write this dV and integrate it. What will be that dV? K dq by r. K dq is the small charge. We can write k dq by r. Now please tell me, what will be this r distance? Now it will be under root r square plus this radius square. Let us say that radius is capital R. So this will become capital R square, radius square, under root r square plus capital R square. Capital R is radius of the ring and small r is the distance from the center on the axis of the ring. So it will become k by under root r square plus small r square. Since this is a constant, it will come out. Integration of dq will give us total charge q. Integration of dq will give us total charge on the ring, that is capital Q. We can write potential at P point will be equals to kq by capital R square plus small r square under root. From here we also want to draw graph. Potential versus small r graph. Potential V versus R graph. If I want to draw potential versus R graph for this, how will it look? Can you please tell me what will be the graph look like, or how will it look like? First of all, we should determine maxima and minima of the function. To draw this graph, we need to determine what will be the maxima of this function. At the center, this small r will become equals to 0. At the center, small r will become equals to 0. If this becomes equals to 0, please remember at the center, potential will be equals to kq by r, which we have done in the previous part. Please remember. So at this point, at the origin or at the center, potential will be equals to kq by capital R. Please remember this, kq by capital R. As it approaches towards infinity, towards positive infinity, R tends towards positive infinity, then Vp will tend towards C. This term will tend towards infinity. If this term tends towards infinity, then Vp will tend towards 0. If this R tends towards minus infinity, then also this Vp will tend towards 0. You can apply limit on it. Limit small r tends to infinity, Vp will tend towards 0. So for this, we can draw graph where it will be asymptotic curve. This will be an asymptotic curve. Please remember it. It's called asymptotes. right? When the graph become parallel to the axis, that's called asymptote. So this will be a asymptotic curve and it will be like Tir Dhanush or Ram Bhagwan ka Dhanush. Okay, please remember it. It will be like Ram Bhagwan ka Dhanush. Okay, the graph will be like this. And you can remember it because this question may appear in your exam. NEET and all, there will be one graph question compulsorily every time it comes, and this time, next time, anytime it can come. Every time it will be there. So please remember the graph, please remember the derivation.